It was an unusually warm afternoon outside the royal palace. Crowds had gathered behind the gates, tourists snapping photos, children perched on their parents' shoulders, waiting for the grand arrival. The ceremonial square, usually a place of elegance and quiet, was humming with a strange tension. No one knew it yet, but they were about to witness a moment that would echo far beyond those palace walls. At the center of it all stood William Ashford, a senior member of the Royal Guard. Known among his peers for his composure and loyalty, Ashford had served for over 2 decades, witnessing royal weddings, state funerals, and countless visits from world leaders. But this day would test him in a way no parade or ceremony ever had. The royal household had announced that the foreign chancellor, a controversial figure on the world stage, was scheduled to meet the monarch. This leader was known for fiery rhetoric, blunt gestures, and little regard for royal protocols. Many saw his visit as a diplomatic storm waiting to happen. Security was tight, but the public spectacle couldn't be avoided. As the motorcade approached, the rhythmic sound of drums rolled through the square. The gates swung open with perfect timing. The guards stood like statues, and cameras clicked in a synchronized burst. A sleek black car pulled up, flags fluttering on its hood. The chancellor stepped out, adjusting his suit with a confident, almost defiant air. He waved to the crowd, drawing mixed reactions, some cheers, some boos. But when he turned toward the palace entrance, his demeanor shifted. He smirked and walked directly toward the guard, not the reception line. This wasn't part of the plan. Dignitaries were supposed to follow a strict path, greeting royal officials in a precise order. But the chancellor veered off, approaching William Ashford, who was stationed at his post nearest the gate. Ashford didn't flinch. His ceremonial rifle was held in perfect alignment. His eyes were fixed straight ahead, just as he'd been trained. But internally, he was alert. Every movement of the chancellor's hand, every step closer, was noted. The chancellor stopped just a few feet from Ashford. For a moment, the crowd quieted. Cameras zoomed in. And then, the chancellor did something that made time feel like it slowed down. He stepped over the painted line, a clear boundary no civilian or guest was ever meant to cross. Ashford's training kicked in. In a single, precise motion, he brought his rifle from ceremonial rest to guard position. The metallic sound sliced through the air like a blade. Gasps rippled through the crowd. The chancellor froze. For a split second, the confident grin slipped from his face. This was not a scripted moment. It was real. Ashford's voice, steady and commanding, rang out. "Step back, sir." It wasn't loud, but it carried the weight of centuries of tradition, the kind of authority that didn't need to shout. The chancellor hesitated, then took another small step forward, testing him. Perhaps he thought the guards were merely for show, that this was all pomp and ceremony. Ashford did not move his feet, but his rifle shifted ever so slightly, a subtle but unmistakable signal that the line had been crossed not just physically, but symbolically. In that moment, the palace gates, the crowd, the cameras, everything faded. It was just a seasoned guard doing his duty, and a world leader who underestimated him. The crowd erupted in a mixture of cheers and stunned murmurs. Security personnel rushed in from both sides, their faces pale but determined. A royal aide intercepted, guiding the chancellor back to the correct path. But the damage was done. That brief moment, just a few seconds, had told the world everything it needed to know about duty, boundaries, and respect. Later, palace officials would describe the incident as handled with exceptional professionalism. But those who witnessed it in person knew it was more than that. It was a reminder that the Royal Guard is not a tourist attraction. They are protectors, defenders of centuries-old traditions, and their resolve does not waver. Ashford never spoke publicly about that day, but those who served with him said his calm afterward was exactly as expected. He stood at his post until the ceremony concluded, unshaken. When asked later by a younger guard how he found the courage to stare down a foreign leader, he simply replied,